President Obama outlined a plan today for the permanent closure of Guantanamo Bay prison. Now, the facility itself has been the source of controversy and criticism for well over a decade now over the treatment of detainees, many of whom were cleared for release years ago, yet remain in prison. Now, this plan being outlined by the Department of Defense proposes 4 main points. The first is the secure transfer of detainees that have already been designated for transfer by the president's national security team. Second is the continued use of periodic review boards for interagency intelligence sharing. Third, the continued use of military commissions and other legal options so that detainees are given their day in court. And lastly, working with Congress to find a place to hold detainees in the U.S. who cannot be transferred to foreign countries. The plan, however, does not suggest a specific facility to house detainees, and instead urges Congress to work together with the defense community toward finding an appropriate location. Now, getting congressional support for this is going to be tough. There's a lot of opposition by Republican lawmakers. In fact, Jason Chaffetz, he's the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, published a statement in this matter. He said, quote, "Having visited the prison myself, I believe Guantanamo is the best location to hold those who pose a grave threat to our nation. The president's alternative is dangerous and makes our country less safe. With this plan, President Obama is prioritizing politics over security." Now, speaking to reporters earlier today, President Obama said that closing Guantanamo is essential for restoring America's standing in the world, and says that he believes that bipartisan support is there. Take a listen.
There continues to be a fair amount of opposition to closing Guantanamo. If it were easy, it would have happened years ago, as I wanted, as I have been working to try to get done. But there remains bipartisan support for closing it. And given the stakes involved for our security, this plan deserves a fair hearing, even in an election year.
Now, President Obama also outlined that by closing Guantanamo now, there could be a generated savings of $1.7 billion over the course of the next 20 years. So it also makes perfect fiscal sense. Manuel Rapalo outside the White House, RT.